I've bought some new stencils. I've chosen my colours. I've got my paper ready and my brayer. What am I going to do with all this? Well, keep watching and we'll both find out what happens next. I bought these new stencils and I've used a couple of them in a previous video. I'll give you a link to that in the description, but today I thought I would just have a little play and see what I can come up with my gel plate and the new stencils. I'm not promising that it's going to be absolutely world-shatteringly fantastic, but I'm going to enjoy the session anyway and see what I can come up with. I'm just putting some pale green. This is something I bought from a shop in the UK called Range, and it's Art Studio Premium acrylic colour, and it's in pale olive green, and I have to say it was only €1.99 or €260, and I think the quality is excellent. I really do. It's for a inexpensive acrylic paint. I think the consistency and everything is really quite lovely. Just putting a couple of pale colours down. These are just going to be the base of the experiment. I have this on a kind of a Perspex base so that I can turn it over and see what's happening on the sort of underside of it. Just going to get some I'm going to get a little bit of white gesso to make the olive green just slightly paler. It's going to be very pale. I don't really mind whether or not it's a bit sort of stripy or mottled underneath. It's better. Way too much paint on, but nevertheless it will work okay. That's fine. It's going to be very, very pale. But that's okay. Very, very pale. So I'm going to continue to do this. I shall either speed the video up or I'll put some music on, but I'll continue to make some base colours with the pale olive and this opaque light blue permanent LIQUITEX basic acrylics. Just to make a point here, the white gesso here will turn this, which is a semi-transparent paint, acrylic paint, into more of an opaque, because of the opaque nature of the white gesso. So we're not going to get any sort of translucent, transparent qualities by using this paint. Going to start using the stencils now. I'm going to start with this sort of circular ovally one, which I've used in a previous video, one I did yesterday. And I thought the colours looked rather nice together, so need to make sure that you get into all the little cut out parts of the stencil, just to make sure you get everything out that you need to get out. Just have a quick peep before you take the whole paper off. That looks okay. So I'll take this off, put that to one side and get the ghost print on here. I do have a video that shows you how to line these prints up if you want to do it so that you get a really nice print, and it is over the plate in the exact same time after time, and again I'll leave a link for that. So here we have the original and the ghost print, so that's a good start, I think. Let's find another stencil. Try this one. So we're back now, and I've done some more base colours for the stencils that I haven't used. So I'll carry on now, and I'm going to add some green to this plate and continue to work with my new stencils. Now this one I'm not really too keen on, so I'm glad I've used it before I spoil a project that I'm going to work on in the future. But here, what I think I might like to do is to use a kind of a gold or a bronze coloured acrylic paint, or even put some textured paste on it. So I've learnt what I think I will do in the future. I'm not keen on this at all, but I think this one here will be okay to use with a gold or bronze, certainly a metallic colour, and definitely textured paste. I would usually use a much bigger gel plate and use this smaller one as my palette to put the paint on, but as I say, I'm trying to help those people who have never, or who have either have only got a small gel plate or who are considering buying one, and using this small one as an example of how to test your stencils. Well, how to test them out before you use them on a project, because quite frankly, if I'd have used that on something I'd been working on for quite a while, I'd been really disappointed. This one's still got some residue paint there in the squares, but it will just make for a interesting grungy square-like pattern. You could get a baby wipe and take all that excess off if it really bothers you, but this is just an experiment. I will get rid of that because it will contaminate what I'm going to do next. Got some blue ones now, so let's have a look at what happens if I put the green on top of the aqua. It may or may not show up very well, but it's an experiment, and that's what experiments are all about. this is definitely a thinner paper. I must have a stack of different weights of paper, but this is definitely thinner than the others I've been using. I can see a pattern here. I didn't see it at first, but I can definitely see a pattern there. That's interesting that at a second glance you see something that you didn't see the first time. Again, the thinner paper. Yeah, this is definitely difficult to get into these cut out sections in the stencil. Yeah. Not a wild success. Another one of my least favourites. So those are all the 12 stencils used now, and I've only used the pale olive and the light blue permanent to produce these textures or layers on my papers using the gel plate. And out of the 12, I rather like these here. I know that I can use these. They are nice and crisp. Obviously I would work on this one here, but nonetheless I quite like that. This one will look okay in different colour ways, and I particularly like this one too. These are less successful. This one's not too bad. I'm not a huge fan of these kind of floral images, but you know, perhaps I can do something with them. And these two I really don't like at all, but I think this one would work with a texture gel, a texture medium, and this one is just awful. But I won't give up on it. I will see what I can do with it. And these are just a bit meh. So out of the 12, there's only 2 that I really am not that keen on. But even those I can do something with. So I think that was quite a successful experiment. And I put those under there so I don't need to look at them. So I have some rather nice textures and layers to be working on in sort of the next set of videos.